going? Wow, it's been weeks since we've both been on the purple sofa together.
I know.
Do you think you remember how to sit on this bad boy?
Oh, I think so. No, I can feel the bone.
I can see the bone.
Oh God,
John, call a doctor. Call a doctor.
Oh God.
Oh my goodness, I've never seen someone sit down so terribly.
Show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend.
You're right.
Yeah, it's fine. Just yeah. Ah! Why would you poke my bones? Ellen, it's good to be back on the sofa with you again after illness kept us apart for so long.
I know.
And now here we are, and it's time to talk about something that I've been wanting to talk about for a very long time. Temtem.
Temtem.
So, Temtem, if you haven't heard of it, is this game on PC. It's coming out it's out now on Steam Early Access, because it's kind of still in its early stages. And it's basically Pokemon, but an MMORPG. When I say basically Pokemon, obviously there aren't any Pikachus in it. There's a whole lot of new Pikachus. And yeah, I've played like the opening couple of hours, and that was enough time to form some strong, hardline opinions, which I will now make you endure. You'll find the fast forward function on your YouTube interface has been disabled.
You can't click away.
You can't skip
Everything's
ahead.
Gone. All the links are disabled. Everything.
You can't speed up. We have seized full control of your computer, and will only relinquish it once I've voiced my opinions on Temtem. And here it is. It's quite good. I liked it. Yeah, it's a really fun game. Yeah, so it is really similar to Pokemon, and at first it seems just like a complete rip-off. Too strong a word. It seems like you could be playing a Pokemon game. Like you choose one of three starter, Temtem, and then you're sort of sent out into the world. Like you kind of walk your way up. There's long grass in which
you like a 12-year-old whose mother's like, bye.
Yeah. The catching mechanics are kind of the same. There's a sort of Pokemon Center. It's really similar. However, what Temtem does is absolutely puts Pokemon to shame in almost every respect. We've talked about this before on the channel, like the thing about the Pokemon games is that they're good, but that they haven't changed.
They haven't changed in 20 years, basically.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't changed enough. And when you look at Pokemon Sword and Shield, good games. But when you think about how much money the Pokemon company brings in, and then you look at the sort of
from being alone in plushies.
Right. Yeah, this is the thing. Like I think
all the Pikachus. Thank you.
I think just the two of us have spent enough on Pokemon to fund a AAA game.
Yeah.
Let alone like when you sort of factor in like what everyone else has been like, shoveling in cash wise. It's hard not to think that the visuals and the general presentation could be a little more polished. Temtem, on the other hand, which is a sort of indie game, partly crowdfunded, looks absolutely beautiful. The presentation, the interface is just absolutely gorgeous. It's got a fantastic character customization thing. Like you can customize so much. It's so much fun. You really feel like immediately way more invested in your character because you're able to like change them so much.
Yeah, I saw that there was a lot of customization. I'm like, hello.
Yeah, the customization is very open, and there's like a selection of pronouns.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes,
very
and
inclusive.
yes, very inclusive. So I want to talk about the rival. So you know how going back to the old days, like Gary Oak, the worst character in video game history. Man, you hated him so much. But in the recent Pokemon games, your rival is just some annoyingly cheery guy who's like, we're best friends. So in Temtem, your rival is a grade A gold-plated jerk.
Yes.
They are so completely obnoxious, from the word go. And you pick your starter 3 Pokemon, and I'm like, all right, now time for him to choose the one that has type advantage. And he's like, no, I have a super rare Temtem that you've never heard of. And you're like, what? And then you fight him, and he beats you easily, and it's like, cause my Temtems are so strong. And then every time you talk to him, he's actually really obnoxious, and he's really impatient and stuff. I just like that. I felt that's been missing from the Pokemon games. So
Someone
I
to hate.
Yeah, Then there is the MMO aspect, which is really, really fun. There's just something very, very pleasing about running around this world and seeing other people also like kind of rushing around and stuff. I suspect that the fact that it's like MMO and that loads of people are playing at the same time probably comes to the fore later in the game, where you want to be like trading and could like trying to like fill out the last bits of the Pokedex, Tempedia. So for the moment, I'm like, I can see all these people. It's not really helping. I did one battle, like I sort of, just because I wanted to try it, I was like, go interact like with the low nearby people. So I found someone who was willing to sort of do a Pokemon fight with me, and that was nice, and it was cool. It was definitely way easier than I've ever done it in a Pokemon game.
Yeah.
The world just feels busy. Like you can go to this early on. You go to this school, like this Temtem Academy. And there's just lots of people running around. The writing is really nice. That it's quite sharp. There's a few sort of moments of sort of subtle comedy. It feels more in line with the like Breath of the Wild dialogue.
Ooh,
it's just a little sharp. Like it's not kind of like rolling on the floor comedy. There's
so you're just like, I appreciate that. Yeah, I see what you did there.
Yeah, and it's something more than the kind of like, did you know a Pokemon can carry a berry? It gives you some good sort of side quests as well, which is interesting. Like early on, it's like go find this, or like bring me a few of this, and so that you feel like you're not purely on the sort of main quest line. A bit more.
Dabble around.
Yeah, and then we come to the combat, to the fighting. The battles are almost always 2-on-2, which is quite interesting, because they do that in Pokemon, but it's basically always happening in Temtem. It's like 2 Temtems versus 2 Temtems in a 4-way Temtem. Temtem. Yeah. Battle. There's this mechanic whereby, like, the 2 Temtem you have out, you're just laughing because I'm saying Temtem, aren't you? The 2 Temtem who you have out in the Temtem battle, the attacks are stronger, like, based on what other Temtem you pair them with. And what's really neat is that each Temtem also has a stamina bar, and the different attacks you can do use up
different stamina.
Yeah, use up different amounts of stamina.
Rather than you can use this move like 5 times.
Yeah, over and over again. The way Pokemon sort of limits you from using the most powerful moves over and over by making it so you can only use that move a certain number of times before you have to heal up the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Those number of uses is normally pretty high. Like it's really rare in Pokemon to run out of uses of a move, whereas in Temtem, in a particular battle, you will run out of stamina, and you have to sort of give one Temtem a turn to rest and recharge some stamina. If you can use a move when you don't have enough stamina, but it starts to eat into your health bar, and so like you can do the attack, but it will hurt your Temtem. And again, in terms of presentation, the fighting and the animation of all the creatures just looks really, really lovely, and again, it makes Pokemon look real bad.
So there's less of like the kind of like thing here, and then it just goes.
There's less the thing where like a JPEG of a Pokemon will be like blip, 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 blip. It's like you stomp and it's like burp, burp, burp. It's not incredible. It's not like life-changing visuals. It just makes you realise that the core Pokemon games are very spare graphically, possibly a bit too much. They still don't touch each other, which is what you really want. What you really want is to see one Temtem like like yeah, exactly. You want to see kind of the headlock, neck exposed, teeth sink in, the eyes roll back. Yeah, but they're not there yet. The graphics have come only so far. The only criticisms I have are, it is very much early access, so the game has like frozen on me or like lost connection with the server a few times. The Temtem are amazing, and they're really, really cute, and I really like them, and I have definitely like gained a strong emotional attachment to some of my Temtem. Some more than others. Start pulling your weight. I could point to a few Temtem who need to really pick up the pace, or they're getting mulched. But oh man, I've got this like toucan one, and my amazing murder bird, and so strong and so cool, and I just really, really like.
Toucans.
But I cannot remember off the top of my head what that Temtem is called, which highlights the second problem, which is that there aren't any Pokemon in it. Because the Pokemon, you have such an existing, and you're playing Temtem, and you're like, they're all really cute. Kind of wish Pikachu was here.
There's Eevee.
Yeah, and that's definitely not a criticism that you can level at Temtem, because of course they can't put Pikachu in it. Basically, I'm going to have to learn to love all of these like new creatures from scratch. The final thing I would say is, I wonder if I'm basically playing and enjoying Temtem so much in a slightly passive-aggressive way to sort of like get back at Pokemon. Like I wonder if
bringing like the new partner to the party. And
yes, it's exactly like that. It's like, am I am I really enjoying this, or am I just like performatively enjoying it? Being
Look
like,
at me having fun.
I'm having so much fun playing Temtem. But I don't think so. I think I'm probably just playing it because it's cool and it's fun, and the Temtem are cute. So yeah, it's really neat, and it's cool that it exists, and I hope that the Pokemon Company takes a long, hard look at itself in the mirror, or that they don't, and that Temtem is able to sort of, you know, flourish and become huge and maybe become like a proper rival to Pokemon in its own right.
The brand new Neopets online.
It could be the new Digimon. And I don't say that lightly. Digimon, the champions. Where is Pikachu? He's not here. Your grandma bought you the wrong game.
No, you got to change it to digital champions to change the digital world.
Sorry, no hate on Digimon. It was charming.
That was my favorite. In terms of the anime,
Season 2 of the Digimon anime. I mean, move over, Citizen Kane. It was good. I'm not having a go at Digimon.
Angel Woman. That's my favourite one. There was a cat and it just turned into an Angel Woman as their final transformation. I'm like, sure.
The evolutions were... Why are we talking about Digimon?
Why aren't we talking about Digimon?
In conclusion, Temtem is good and I like it. But I say in conclusion, I think in this Temtem special, I think I'm going to deliver you a punishing Temtem quiz, Ellen. Are you ready? It's Temtem time. Temtem is the Pokemon-inspired MMORPG causing something of a stir, offering players who buy into its early access on Steam the chance to explore a lush world full of Temtem, creatures that can be captured on cards for trading and battling. If you've played Pokemon, much of Temtem will be familiar to you already, but don't be fooled into thinking this colourful adventure is simply a carbon copy. To find out more, it's time to quiz Ellen. To find out more, I've basically explained it all already, but here we go with the quiz. Although Temtem has plenty of its own ideas, the influence of the Pokemon games on this title are very clear right from the start, which involves choosing a starter Temtem.
Ooh.
Ellen, which will you choose?
Ooh,
The choices are Crystal, Smarzy, and Hoochik. So, first up, Crystal,
Aww.
or Smarzy,
One kind of monkey one.
yeah, or Hoochik.
Hoochik.
Wow, that was quick.
Look at that hair.
Okay.
It's a strong hair game.
Yeah, real strong hair
No,
game.
it is.
Yeah.
And like it's like floats and it's floating.
Yeah.
It's floating.
It's a mental type Temtem, strong
Yes.
against neutral and melee, but weak against crystal. But I mean, you know, they're all weak against something. Mm-hmm. Except Max is one or whatever his name is. Okay, well that was easy. Hoochik.
Yeah.
Sorry about it, Smarzy and
It's
Crystal.
purple as well. I like purple.
All right, and for a bonus point, you haven't seen my Temtem footage yet, have you?
No.
Which one do you think I chose?
Either the monkey one or the crystal one, I reckon. You tend to go for the most sad looking one, so I think crystal.
Crystal is correct! Yeah! I went for it because it looked sad. Well done, Ellen. Wow. Ellen, Temtem is an MMO, which means that as you travel around the world of the airborne archipelago, you will see, like it's the world is kind of airborne.
Lovely.
And you sort of go in this floating thing. Anyway, you will see other tamers, not trainers, running around getting up to mischief, doing quests, and you can interact with them, battling, trading, and so on. Ellen, what long-standing game would you like to see made into an MMO?
Ooh. Maybe Assassin's Creed?
Like it? Because Assassin's
So you
Creed
take
Odyssey is such a
contracts-
massive world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
That could be.
because like I love Assassin's Creed as a single player series, but the Assassin's Creed multiplayer, in my opinion, is the best multiplayer game of all time because
Yeah.
it's just like sneaking around and finding each other and murdering each other.
That
Imagine
PvP
if
was
you're
really
in an
fun.
MMO and you're just given the name of someone that you then have to hunt down in just like a wide, because there was a game mode where everyone would just be given one name, so everyone's like each trying to get someone else while also trying not to be murdered.
Yeah.
But imagine that on a huge scale.
Love it.
And then there's also other quests and stuff that you can do.
That sounds great. Ellen, Temtem is still very much in early access, which means there are many bugs to be squished. And
Wait, Kingdoms of Amalur!
Too late. I have had to lock in your first answer. Regrettably, Ubisoft has already started development. Never mind. Ellen, Temtem is all about catching Temtems on Tem cards.
Right.
There are many, many Temtem to catch in Temtem already, and there are more to be added yet. And when you catch them, they get logged in your Pokedex. No, Tempedia.
Tempedia.
That's right. Now, so far, the Tempedia entries I have found are not as hilarious and creepy as Pokedex entries, which is definitely a point against Temtem.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, I want to see how good your Tempedia instincts are. So, Ellen, can you match
Oh my goodness.
these 5 Temtems to their Tempedia entry? The Temtem who we have are Babawa, Tataroo, Fomu, Platypet,
Yeah,
and
Platypet.
Skunch.
Scunch.
Entry number 1. These Temtem are flamboyant creatures with a funky sense of humour and boundless love for pranks and practical jokes. Many a naughty kid has donned a blank costume to cause havoc in the Quetzal Carnival.
So,
Which do you think
if
this
a
refers
child has dressed up as one, I'm guessing it's a bipedal.
to? A reasonable guess.
I'm guessing that's what because when I was like thinking fun, I was thinking probably one of these two. He looks a bit more serious.
Skunch.
Scunch. I reckon.
Why don't I read you them all and then you can make a call. Okay. Capable of bipedalism and can even stand on their muscular tails. This evolution allows them to pummel enemies with their massive fists, but it's done nothing to ameliorate their aggressive mood. Oh, we're already banking Skunch.
It's still like that.
Banking Skunch sounds like slang. For like
Don't know what you're doing, like, mate. My life's great right now.
Yeah.
I'm banking Scunch.
banking Skunch. Change jobs now. What do you
Work
think?
stock market now. I'm banking Scunch.
No, I'm banking Skunch in IT. So these Temtem are known for their capacity to generate vapour, like charming little steam engines. Since that means losing a lot of moisture, this species prefers to remain in the water and use steam jets for propulsion rather than its short legs. Oh, Fomu.
Little quiff. Looks like steam.
Looks like a charming little steam engine. Interesting. Next, popularised by a cartoon series, and ever since then it has been one of the most popular Temtem with kids. The series had an educative purpose to teach children that toxic Temtem are also valid and can be good friends. Don't cry, Ellen. You can cry if you want. Cry if you want.
Everyone deserves to be loved.
Everyone does, even the toxic Temtem. They're still good friends. And the kids need to learn that with the help of one of these
Britney
Temtem.
Spears wrote a song about them and everything.
Yes. Not a girl. Not yet a woman.
Hang on. Look at it.
Okay.
It's all green.
All right. Final Tempedia entry. Despite their impressive height, these Temtem are quite shy and not naturally aggressive. That's why they need proper training before battle.
Maybe this one.
Yep, could be.
And what's it? Temtem.
This is the carnival,
Flamboyant.
dressed as a carnival. Greet, dress up for the carnival as the Temtem.
Or maybe that one. Platypus, platypi, whatever the plural is.
Platypodes. It's not that.
They actually have poisonous claws at some point. And like I think it's all their back legs.
Interesting.
So
Oh.
change your mind on that. Change your mind on that.
Interesting.
That's kind of cute carnival one.
Okay.
Okay, and then I think the tall one is that one.
Is that one? Well, Ellen, I can tell you that you only got one wrong.
No. Oh, what? How?
This Babawa is in fact.
That means I got two wrong because I've matched two of them wrong.
Oh yeah. But you got one wrong, which led you to get two wrong.
Oh.
3 out of 5. Babawa, in fact, is the flamboyant creature with a funky sense of humour. I too am curious to know how a child would dress as this, because that is quite an elaborate costume. If you ask me.
If I had a kid who was like, I want to be a Babawa, I'd be like, no You're going to be the Tatteroo and
You're
you'll be
going to
happy
be-
about it. Your parents do not have time for this.
Yeah. If you think I'm making
I'm
you
so tired.
a Balboa costume.
You come to me the day before.
Yeah.
When your teacher sends these letters home, you've got to give them straight.
You are going as a skunch because it's basically just like a dead squirrel.
Which by the way, I found one.
Which, by the way, I have already run over today. That's the kind of day I'm having. Yes, and in fact, Tatteroo is the impressive height that's actually quite shy.
Oh, wait, I thought he looked quite shy. But,
Yeah,
and I suppose it's the carnival colours.
It's not in Tatteroo's nature to fight, so you have to really train it to hate. Takes quite a lot of conditioning to make it want to kill. But you can get there. A real trainer, tamer.
Well, you do it. You starve it, and then you put steak on the neck of a dummy, and then there's this short story that I read, and I'm like, okay, that's how you do it.
Exactly. A classic move.
English literature is not a bad subject. You learn how to kill.
I think it's in Great Expectations. No, Oliver. That's it.
That's the one.
Yeah. The
Please, sir, can I have some more?
It's like,
Throws
all right,
the porridge at
and
him.
if I tie this steak
Dog
to the
comes
Artful
in.
Dodger's neck, Oliver tears his throat out. Right, well done, Ellen.
Thank you.
Ellen, as we mentioned, currently there are a little less than 90 Temtem out there for capture.
Wait,
although,
there's more questions.
yeah, there's one more question. Yeah, one final question.
Oh wow.
Although the Tempedia does have like many more in there, so you can kind of like see where they're going to be. But like basically, they haven't done all the Temtem yet.
Okay.
Which means this is the time to design our own Temtem and hope it's good enough that developer Crema adds it to the game. Ellen, like Pokemon, Temtem designs borrow from real-world animals and objects. So please pick a number between 1 and 6 to determine an animal. Your choices are on screen now.
Oh. Send me the vibes, people. Which one should I go for? 3. It's a magic number.
3. You have chosen Flamingo. And Ellen, now choose a number between 1 and 6 to determine an object.
1 and 6.
Yep.
5.
You have chosen Suit of Armour. Now I'm going to give you
Flamingo on one leg.
paper and coloured pens to draw your Temtem.
Well.
Yeah.
Well.
You must also name it. Okay, Ellen. Present me with your Temtem. I love the amount of chainmail.
Yeah.
Going
It's
on.
a long neck.
Yeah,
you
needs
need the protection there.
needs protecting.
That's the weakest point.
Yeah.
of a flamingo.
And look, there's a hat.
It's all like I've gone for like kind of Norman armor, like kind of 1066.
Yeah.
Bayeux tapestry looking.
Yeah.
It's got a little sword in there.
Have you thought of a name?
Flarmer.
Flarmer. I like it.
Flamingo and armor.
Yeah.
It's just
Flarmer.
Wait, I have to write it. There we go.
Oh yes, I like it. Flarmor.
Flarmer.
Yeah.
It's the
Flamor.
yeah. For the French.
Yeah. Developer, Kramer, get on the horn if you want this hot intellectual property. Well, Ellen, I think we've learned all we need to know about Temtem.
Yeah.
Let's clear up and move on to the comments.
Last week we looked at some of the weird things that only make sense in games and found out that Luke's physics knowledge wasn't really up to scratch.
Physical objects have properties like mass or density which relate to their weight, or volume which relates to how loud they are, I think. I have a hard time remembering physics stuff. But apparently nobody bothered to inform games of these universal physical laws, because since time immemorial, games have let you carry a frankly impossible number of objects around with you. Look, I'm just more of a chemistry guy, okay? And besides, commenter Alexander Hansen asked something of us, putting a request for Jane to yell off camera whenever any other OX member can't do physics. Same for Andy in history, Mike in cars, Luke in chips, and Ellen for anything else.
Yeah, sounds about right.
But Ellen, anything else? Look, everyone has their own specialist subjects, but you can't know everything. All right, what's wrong with my dishwasher?
Oh, well, I thought you might need to clean out your central drain filter, but there's also a possible problem with your pressure switch.
How can you possibly know that?
Well, doesn't everyone know how to fix a dishwasher?
No, I mean, you've never been to my house. Elsewhere on the channel, we played some Neo 2, the upcoming sequel in this devilishly tricky series, and despite our best efforts, our Let's Play saw us dying a lot.
Stop it, stop it.
Now,
Where do you think my health items are? Oh, too late. Don't get greedy.
Yeah,
Don't get greedy. No, I fell in. Oh my god. Okay, well that. Crushed to death by Skeleton Warrior. The Luke Westaway story.
many of you saw the important work that I was bringing to the table, including Darkness Dust, who said, I do love Ellen's completely unhelpful giggling while Luke gets stomped to a pulp and falls down holes.
Yeah, very unhelpful.
Hey, I helped!
Oh, really?
Oh, and now, look, some survivors. No, not survivors, not survivors. Don't leave me alone. How could you? How could you? Absolute savagery. They weren't even a big monster. That was humiliating.
Okay, baby, I didn't help that much. Also last week saw Luke jumping back into Breath of the Wild's Master Mode for a live stream exploring even more of the world with little Link.
I'm loath to leave Eventide Island, because look, it's so pretty. This is my favourite bit of Hyrule, this kind of southern coast. Because look at the quality of the light. Look at the colour palette. It's so charming. It's so ruddy bloody charming.
Some people have spotted a trend in the places that you visit, Luke, including Liam Duke. Luke at every part of Hyrule. Oh, I love this part of Hyrule.
Oh, but it's just so good! Whether it's the rolling plains of Hyrule Field or the sun-scorched Gerudo Desert, there's no point of Hyrule that you won't have a wonderful time exploring. I mean, the sheer diversity of the flora
Elsewhere
and
on the
fauna.
Mike joined me on the purple sofa for a Jim Henson themed show of the weekend, where Mike had some interesting guesses for the Muppet lyrics. Halfway down the stairs is a stair where I sit. There isn't any other stair quite like it. I'm not at the bottom, I'm not at the top.
But it's all cool because the other stairs are
Michael Channel.
Many of you were astounded at Mike's suggestions, with Brendan Totten saying, I high-key live for the moment of universal disappointment where Ellen and John, and I imagine most viewers, exclaimed, Michael! Honestly, Michael, I'm shooketh. You know what, I don't really get it. I mean, all Mike did was bleep. What's so bad about that?
No, Luke, we put the bleep on.
Oh, well then what did he say? I'm shooketh.
Luke,
Ah! Yes.
welcome back to Art Corner.
Oh, corner!
Hey!
Yay. Show me the art.
I got a treat for you.
Show me the art right now.
It's very Dob heavy week.
Yeah.
First up, it's from Calisanti. It's this lovely pencil drawn Dob.
Oh, cool.
Looking badass.
Real badass.
Swoosh.
Yeah, I like this
Good.
kind of like extremely brawny Warcraft style muscular Dob. I get on board with that.
Loktar.
Oh god!
Ah,
It's great.
great.
I love it. It's
Lovely
badass.
shading work.
Let's see another Dob.
Yes.
Keep that Dob trainer rolling, baby.
Keep
That's Dob's catchphrase.
dobbing.
It's Dob's new catchphrase. Let's keep that Dob trainer rolling, comma, baby.
The next Dob,
Yes.
it's Dob in space.
Yay! Finally! Oh, this is the latest in the series
Dave
by Dave
McKay.
McKay. He's been
Yes.
doing all the characters in the Mass Effect universe.
So good. Love the colouring.
Yeah, I would do Dob's loyalty mission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I quite like how he's kind of gone for like more of a fangs rather than the underbite tooth.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like it.
I think it's a good look.
Mostly I like the guitar.
The guitar is
Sort of sci-fi.
fabulous.
Yeah. I bet, even though it looks really cool, I bet the sounds it makes are kind of like...
Just basically a big theremin.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like, it's
And
just a
everyone
big
else on the
synth
ship,
pad.
on the Normandy, is like,
It's like, oh my God, it's not even music. Soundscapes.
yeah. Like we're about to go into like hyperdrive, and you're like,
Yeah.
wait.
Guys, it's like, well, of course, hyperdrive is silent, as most things in space are, and I'm like, oh no. Soundscapes.
Going from Dob
Yep.
to Bob.
Oh,
Burgers.
What?
As friend of the show, Mr. Simon Chong has drawn us in
Oh
the
my
style of the Bob's Burgers characters.
That is tremendous.
And
now,
they're amazing.
Now, Simon works on the show.
Yes, he works on Bob's Burgers.
He's an animator on Bob's Burgers, so that is absolutely amazing. Wow, fun fact, Simon is the one who made the swoopy OX ident
Yes.
stuff, you know. Yeah, way back when, way back when. And wow, I mean, you know.
You can tell he didn't make the show of the weekend.
Ice cold. Oh man, this is amazing.
So
It's
good.
such cool
I just
work.
love
We look
how
so
happy
good.
you all are.
Oh, I look at this and I hear the like ukulele intro.
Yeah.
It sounds
Everything
better
just
than
like
that in the
breaking
show.
down behind
Yeah.
us. But nothing gets fixed. It just
Yeah.
stays through. We're like,
It's so lovely. Simon, thank you so
thank
much.
you, Simon.
Dungeons and Dragons, see it live. Of the Orcs Venturers, there are 5. At the time of singing,
Hey.
somebody might die at the live shows. So come and see that. Hopefully not. Always hope no one dies. But who knows? Come see us do live D&D. You
Yeah.
can come see it on the 21st of March at MCM Birmingham
Birmingham.
in the UK. You just need an MCM ticket for that.
Yes,
and then
and
it's first come, first serve
Yes.
for the actual show, so do get there early.
Do.
Sure of a seat.
And
And then
the next weekend,
Resd.
Resd, on the Friday, the 27th, I
Yes.
believe, there are still some tickets left, but the 28th, the Saturday,
sold out, and there aren't very many tickets left for the Friday, so if you do want to come, now is the time to snap them up. And thanks everyone who's bought a ticket already. We cannot wait to see you there.
Yes!
But I guess Ellen, for now, all there is to do is to, how do we end the show? Oh, I know.
Do a theremin for Clemore.
Soundscapes.